Cheers, gentlemen.
I'm all in this. I call the shots, I never call it quits. Trust my intuition, bet it's right and bitch, it often is. Seen too many others come and go, they had the wrong intent. Do it out of love and never for it, then I watch it get bigger than expected. Don't second guess it, I let it set it. It's God's plan, we out here only accepting blessings. I'm stuck with it, this mile you said it's terminal. Living at different terminals, leveling up is personal. And I already made it, y'all can miss me. It's hard to believe I made something from nothing. No hindsight discussions, I've been writing, I love it.
Welcome to the 3 Gig Sports Podcast, where we are never wrong, just sometimes misinformed. Danny G with Rio, Jimmer. We've got Mike Estus and we've got Dylan on the mics tonight as our kind of closing segment. And we just did a shitty shot of whiskey just because these gentlemen are part of the family now. And thanks, Leah, for
that shitty warm whiskey wager, whatever the hell that was.
I don't know what we lost, but we're all losers right now by drinking that.
Yeah,
nasty
it was
shit.
like blood in, blood out. It's like
no shit.
What the
sure.
shit?
Well, let's introduce Dylan. Everybody knows Mike, right?
Yes.
Dylan, so what's your role? You know, what are you doing, man?
So Mike Estus, I've known him since I was, maybe 4 years old, Mike.
Yeah.
He, my dad's Chad Bergmeyer.
Yep.
Mike mentions him a lot. He's almost Mike's mentor, so it's cool.
Yeah,
I got
he
to.
is.
Mike's like almost a second dad to me growing up. You know, he's always there. He was at my graduation open house when I graduated high school. Yeah, so been around the game for a long time since I've been able to walk. Been around the game.
Yep.
So Mike asked me to be one of his lead commentators one time, and I'm like, yeah, for sure, anything for you.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. I love it. You know what I love about that? I'm like Jimmer's second dad. So this is like, this works out. We've got dads around the table. You know.
Right.
First
I've
off,
heard him call him daddy before. So.
First off, this son of a bitch, he knows who daddy is. Definitely the biggest dude at this table. Calm down. God damn it.
Boom.
I might be bigger, baby.
Man, well, we'll go match. Yeah, I didn't say that you weren't my daddy. I said he's not my daddy.
He just said he
Here we
definitely
go.
was not.
My mom was a very classy lady during a time. You know, there's a rough period. You know, you never know.
Yeah,
But I love you, mom. By the way, that's not a
Love you,
shot.
Mom. So real quick, we'll kick this off. Mike, how do you think your fights are lining up? Everybody weighed in. No problems on the scale.
No problems on the scale. A couple fighters, maybe a pound or two over, but they got time to cut weight and 2 chances to do it, and they did. So
Okay.
all the fighters made weight. We got 10 fights, 7 pros, 3 amateur.
Hell yeah! So everything on schedule. You finally got here. Fight week. It's been hell. You've had some dropouts and all that kind of stuff. Can you touch on any of that? It kind of calmed down yet? Or
Yeah. Hold on. To stress that a little more, you've had one hell of a stressful. You talked about the stressful part of it, but I'm talking about the exasperated story that we heard too. So that we kind of touched
allegedly.
on. Yeah, an alleged knee. So when you give your answer, can you touch on that also, please?
Yeah, well, I didn't put Jackson Wink on blast, but it came from Jackson Wink. I can tell you guys now. The dude went to, I can't even say his name, but he went to Mongolia, probably wanted to go home to his roots, train at like his first-time gym, and then come back. I heard they finally told me that his visa ran out too, supposedly, and I don't know, man. They sent me a picture, and you guys seen it on Google, or I mean on Facebook.
And Google. Yeah.
And Google.
we did Google it ourselves.
I was
were
waiting
wrong.
a quick search later, then all of a sudden it's right
We
there.
Googled
too.
that shit ourselves too, and it popped up. We're like, holy fuck.
Dude, you even dig that far down.
It's like 4 pictures down.
At least scroll a couple pages.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
Just a couple pictures. So honestly, like when they said his knee's pretty bad, it was like 8:30 in the morning, like a week before the fight, and I'm like, oh my god. And then like the first thing I did, I told my wife, and she's like, are you fucking shitting me? Because we've been advertising the fuck out of it, which you guys have seen. I can swear on here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Well, we're going to
Yeah,
Disney. We're going Disney Plus next year. Bro.
What? No, we're not.
Calm down.
Yeah, only if they go unedited. Go ahead.
Disney stars go to OnlyFans, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm starting one.
3
so
Gigs
let's
After Dark
go.
coming soon.
Well, go ahead.
Chris will be like this, like
Nah, dude, I'm doing foot pictures. Full price and half off. For the
people
one
might
that's
like
missing.
it.
Hell yeah.
Especially the Mongolian guy, probably from a different country.
No, he'll just find it off Google. He'll just find it off
Yeah,
Google.
yeah.
That's right.
We could get it on there for you, Chris.
Hell yeah, dude, I'm down.
They should. But anyway, so long story short, I got that message, and then we're texting each other back and forth. So basically, I was talking to other people, and the director, I won't say his name, if he would have sat down for 5 minutes and looked at it instead of forwarding it to me, he probably would have been able to do something or fix something or figure out that something's not right. So when he sent me the picture, it was perfectly cropped, and there was a very small white line to the right side of it. And I went to work at Shook Eye later that day, and I was thinking about it all day, dude.
Yeah.
Like I could have cried, honestly.
Well, the efforts that you put in, the money that you put in,
yeah,
and everything.
And I bought his plane ticket, and I get no refund.
Oh Jesus, I didn't even know about that part. So
Yeah.
so we're talking about like your banners, your goddamn. There's at least 2 that I know of, right? There's at least 2 in town that have this promoted up on the billboard.
Yeah.
And that is supposed to be the face of this too, him and Leo, and then that happens.
Yeah, I got 8 rotating digital billboards in Rochester. I got 2 here and a digital billboard by Walmart. And there's fucking posters everywhere.
Yeah.
Hundreds, thousands.
Yeah,
It's stupid.
Some of the fighters had touched on that earlier. All the work that they put in with your wife to go hang posters and shit.
Oh my God, my wife hung up posters all over Iowa, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Like she drove to towns I didn't even know we still had. Like
yeah,
it was
just the
insane.
work and then the way this went down. Like I understand, like if shit happens, I'm all about that business. Like shit, like stuff does happen, right?
Yep.
Injuries happen. That isn't the case here. Simple Google search flat out showed that was like some Dylan's picture off of Twitter. It was like the 7th photo down or some shit on the main screen. We did it ourselves. It wasn't even like the screenshots that we saw. I'm like, hold on, let's see if it's exactly like that. We type it in.
It's
shit
there.
was like the 7th goddamn photo. I'm like, you couldn't even do the respect of going like 3 or 4 pages forward.
Because wouldn't you just take a picture of like the knee or like to be some carpet on the floor or something? Like
yeah.
And then like
Not smart.
so anyway, I was at work at Shook Eye and I was thinking about it all day. And you can even ask my wife before I went to work. I'm like, man, this looks like a picture off Google Images or something. But I wanted to chill and just think.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to believe it. It bothered me all day. Then I get home, do relaxing, have a beer, do my thing. And we had some friends over talking about it in disbelief. And I was talking about it, and I'm like, yeah, man, it looks like a picture off Google Images. So Austin's friend Kirsten was, well, here, I'll look up swollen knee on Google. And she looked it up, and she goes,
This one?
What the fuck?
at my house. And I'm like, I fucking knew it. But I didn't want to believe it, like my heart, because it's fucking Jackson Wink, man.
And it's not a fight. It's like fighter code too, right? Like
Yeah, and this
that's
guy's
against
won
any-
in Bellator, and they were talking shit like they were going to destroy Leo and all this. Like, but I think Leo would have got him. I really do.
Yeah.
And at first it was for the Mongolian on Tapology, and then boom, more votes. Leo went over, and then the betting people had Leo as a small favorite.
Yeah.
So, and you know what really pisses me off about this? Is the motherfucker is on Instagram story, fucking just having a good time, bro.
Yeah.
He won't stop posting on his fucking story.
Like,
you
are
can
you
go look
kidding
at
me?
Well, life is good right now, right? He doesn't have a fight. He's
like,
fucking.
oh
he's
yeah,
not,
baby, what's
Weight
up?
cut's over. Weight
He's
cut's
not.
over.
Yeah, no cutting weight, no nothing. He's feeling good.
weight cuts over.
So yeah,
Fucking
life is
driving
good.
bumper cars and shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Fucking yeah.
Let's flip this real quick, okay? That's bullshit. Obviously, what happened, right?
Yep.
Just unprofessional as hell and everything.
Yep.
But all props to you because you were able to flip and figure some shit out at the fucking last minute.
Yep.
And so you got Eddie is his name, right?
Yeah, Eddie Lorena. Like I said, I had Peter Johannes post for me, so because I'm the promoter too, I gotta play a certain role, if you know what I mean, and I just can't go out there and get in it. Do you mind if I post anything, Mike? Please do. I'll share it. And so then me and Peter were talking, and we found Eddie, and Peter knows a lot of people, Peter Johannes, and he helped me find that fighter, and Eddie, and it ended up working out,
Eddie's
So-
it's a tough matchup too. I
I-
mean, that
You know what?
That
It's
speaks
probably
on
better.
Leo.
Agreed.
That speaks on Leo.
Right, yeah.
It does. So we talked to Eddie, and the dude is don't fuck around. Like, I'm here, because I asked him a question, and that question is, what'd you do like on short notice? I said the word short notice, right? What do you do on short notice to get ready for something that you weren't prepared for, right? Up until that point, he's like, he like kind of went off on a tangent. I loved every second of it.
Hell yeah, we did.
He's
Fired up.
He was fired up. He's like, no, bro, I'm always trained. I'm always ready. It don't matter. Has no goddamn like that has no bearing on it. Yeah. He's like, you don't have to get ready if you're already ready.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I message all the fighters to get a bio because I'm commentating tomorrow night to kind of understand who they are before, so I can do some homework. And Eddie responded with, he goes, "They don't call me rock and roll for nothing."
Exactly.
That's exactly what
So
it
he
was,
touched on that too. He's like, they call me rock and roll for a reason. I'm here to fuck shit up. I'm here to do some work. He's like, I don't give a fuck about he's like, I don't give a fuck about the records. I don't care anything about any part of that. He's like, you can look it up all you want. You can look up my record. I'm gonna tell you right now that I know how to take care of business. I'm here, and like you can sit there and look at any people duck and dodge and shit. He started going to the UFC thing, duck and dodge and shit. He's like, I'm here to. I believe he's here to win. I'm not saying that he is or he isn't.
Right.
But
he's definitely gonna try to fucking win.
Yeah, he's got the confidence. He's ready to fuck some guys up.
I think you put together one hell of a show.
Exactly.
You even on every part of like every obstacle that's happened, which you can also watch on your YouTube channel.
Yep.
Fight Game.
Mike Estus.
Fight Game.
Yep, Fight Game.
And then pay-per-view Spectation Sports. And we're not going to put any more fights on YouTube anymore because people have to tune in. It's not fair that later on I could post it. And it took me a while to get used to it, but I talked to some really important guys with the pay-per-view and stuff, and they're like, Mike, think. Like, people need to pay for these fights.
Yes.
Like, don't fucking post them all on YouTube.
Yep.
And I just did it to get the name out there.
Push it out there, yep.
But there's fucking 14,000 views on some of these fights on YouTube.
Yeah.
2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
understandable.
And that's people that could have got the pay-per-view for $34.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
No, not at all.
And that's not bad
for these fights.
No. And what we sat down with, I think we only missed about 3 fighters or so. I think somewhere in that ballpark, sitting down and chatting. Every single one of them are ready to go to goddamn war. So what you're about to see is one hell of a show for what they're ready to do. They're all ready to bang. The one thing that I asked on every single one of them was what they believed or what they thought about the Mason City Arena here. And they thought, and this is including the Brazilian and his translator. His translator said he's fought all over the place, himself too. He's like, I fought in Japan, I fought in front of, 100, what'd he say? Oh, I thought it was like 100,000 people, or maybe it's less, but it was a big old astronomical number. He's like, I have never stepped into an arena like that before in my life. He's like, the show that this is 100% fucking class, and we appreciate every second of this. He's talking about what you guys are doing up there with your weigh-ins and your photos. He's talking about the podcast, the whole works. He loved every damn second of it.
That's
and
awesome.
he made sure he made that very clear.
That's good, and that's a mad respect to him because that guy is a legit motherfucker right there.
He is.
I am not joking.
No, absolutely.
And he helped us with moves at my gym and stuff, and he's a coral belt. I've never met a red black belt in my life.
Oh.
And it's like above black belt. And that motherfucker showed me shit that I was like,
Now, which one is that? Is that Carlos that was that?
Yeah, Carlos Moda.
Carlos
Moda.
Trainer, right?
Red black belt.
yes. And
fuck?
let's just say this: both of my Achilles still feel like they're on fire. and he's like looking at people. He goes, "What? I'm not doing anything." And I'm like, "Yeah, you are." He's like, "I'm not doing nothing."
Nonchalant.
So
World class.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I'm excited for him too.
Well, speaking of that, we'll just jump right into the fight card, and our guy right here has kind of everything lined up.
Absolutely. You're going to be voicing this, right?
Yeah, voice of the North Iowa Fights. I like saying that sentence a lot. It means a lot.
Say that louder. We want to hear
Voice of the North Iowa Fights.
Goddamn
Hell
right.
Yes.
Yes. Fight 1. I'm excited for this one. Ricky Field versus Austin Lockey. Ricky is, he's 3-4, but he's really a vet. He's 33 years old. He's been around for a long time, and all 3 of his wins are by TKO or KO. He can throw heavy hands. And
Okay.
Austin, Mike knows a lot about Austin, don't you, Mike?
Yeah. Yep. He trains with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a cat out of Charles City, right?
Yep. He's been training with me for about 5 months. And Ricky Field is 3-4. Austin has never fought. But like I said, Austin's guy, Backed out 2 from Missouri, was being non-responsive. I even sent him $100 in Facebook Messenger to get his blood work done. Never did it, never gave me my money back.
Of course.
Oh, of course.
But I got to take chances.
You've
I'm
gotta.
trying to get shit done.
Yeah.
And I'm
Right.
trying to be a promoter. And I probably paid for about 5 people's blood work at the last minute to get fucking these fights here. I've kept 10 fights alive, man.
Yeah.
How long
damn
has
right.
Austin been in your gym, Mike?
5 months.
5 months?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
What
What are you thinking from him?
I'm thinking that he's definitely going to have the cardio there because it was kind of a last-minute fight. I know the other guy's been working a lot, but he's 3 wins, 4 losses. He has experience. But I have a good feeling about it. I feel if Austin kind of plays defense for a little bit, let him burn himself out, and then starts tuning up on him, I think he can get it.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Hell yeah.
And this isn't live, so fuck it. We'll say it now.
Yeah.
Right.
Fight 2, I don't know much about these guys. I mean, Brandon Samuelson, he is 0-0. I don't know if Mike knows anything, but Dawson Closser is 0-1, and he lost a very late round triangle choke in his first debut 13 months ago. So I watched the fight. Dawson, he looks to finish. He looks to finish, and I love that. There's some guys that just want to beat you down, and just write it out, and makes it exciting. And 2 guys have inexperience, automatically qualifies you for a fight of the night discussion.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Automatically qualifies you for that, and I'm really excited for that one. I think it'd be fireworks right off the bat.
And I think they're more stand-up than anything.
And that's what we
They're
want.
both stand-up.
That's
Yeah.
what we
That's
want.
a lot of guys
No,
want a smaller glove.
You already know
so,
that's
yeah.
what I'm about right here. I
Yeah.
love that stand and bang. That
People want to see a fight.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
they want to see you go and slug her out.
Fight 3, we can get right into it.
Yep.
Dylan Stanky versus Drayvon Lance. And Mike said earlier, and I wrote this down in my notes, they agreed to stand and bang until someone drops.
Yep.
That's some Max
that's
Holloway
the
shit
key to
right
it.
there.
Yeah.
And you know Draven Chris.
Yeah.
That motherfucker has fought some tough guys in kickboxing
Yeah.
when he was 14 years old.
I tell you what, that kid is somebody who'll bite down on the mouthpiece and throw him no matter how hard he gets hit.
Yeah.
So
He takes it.
This is going to be an awesome fight, I think.
I met Draven.
just
If he agrees to it, he's gonna bang. bro.
absolutely.
Stanky.
Man,
He's
you're
that
just
kind of
giving me
kid.
chills right now, man.
Yeah.
First 3 fights are going to be fucking stand-up bang.
Stanky's
Yeah.
no one to sleep over too. He trains
He's
with
a boxer.
He trains with
Yeah.
Trayvon Kroger. Trayvon fought last show for a title here at North Iowa Fights. Lost a close fight, but
But he's in the LFA still undefeated.
yeah,
5-0 or something.
he's really good. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
then fight 4, the
Starting off the pro card. John
pro
Kennedy.
card, John Kennedy 9-35. But man, despite his record, he has one of the best triangle chokes I've ever seen. He also has heavy hands. I mean, if Jim Steepleton is going to stand and bang with him, you better watch out.
Right.
Yeah, that's a
agree.
lot of miles and a lot of knowledge coming in, regardless of the record.
Yeah,
a lot
no
of knowledge coming in. You can't replace knowledge and the feel of the ring. So a little concerned for Jim here, just because it's not been in the cage
For 18 years.
19 years.
Yeah,
Oh,
a
okay,
long
19.
time.
Yep.
So he does have a lot of wrestling background. You mentioned the triangle choke, so it might be something he's got to be cautious with. Potential to be a good fight, though. I think.
I
Sneaky
like
good
the
fight.
matchup a
It's
lot.
interesting.
I like the matchup. I like the matchup as like a laid back MMA fan. You guys are diehard. I'm laid back. What I mean by that is like seeing this matchup here to me is you had the prototypical wrestler. The dude was still wrestling up until a couple years ago when he was on here. We were talking about it, right? And he's laying it down. But then you have a dude that is literally, we watched him not that long ago. It was at your promotion right there out at the fairgrounds, right?
Yep.
We watched him hang and bang too and slug her out.
He's fought all tough guys.
And that's exactly what he does. It's exactly what I'm getting at. I don't know which side I'm going on, the bet versus whatever, but what I will tell you is that dude has some heavy ass hands. He's ready to slang and bang. Dude that's been training and wrestling for 40 years or whatever it is.
Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting fight.
Yeah,
right
I mean,
here.
For sure.
It's the most experienced fight of the night
Yes.
by far.
Oh, by
Yes.
far.
Old
by
boy's
far.
got over 40 fights under his belt, and Jim's got, I don't know, thousands of wrestling matches at least, right?
Yeah.
Plus so many fights too. Dude, it's going to be great.
When my dad used to do shows, he did weekly shows up here in Mason City, and Jim every single week, along with his brother Tim, would fight almost every single week, and nobody
And he was here.
could get past
So
him.
I did touch on that, by the way. I did touch on that, Estus. I did talk to, we had Kennedy on, and I was like, hey, kind of going over records here. I was going your play-by-play and your fight-by-fight, and you fought Estus.
Yeah.
He's like,
It was my pro debut.
exactly. He
His
said the
record
same
was
thing.
a little different though too, but it was still losing. But it was my pro debut. We actually went 2 rounds, and I forgot that pros can do knees to the head, and he kneed me in the fucking head, and I saw a white light.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you ended up ultimately winning that. Too.
Yeah, I won. I got mount, and he ended up tapping the strikes.
Yeah.
In the second round, but
Yeah,
I was back in the olden days, you know.
where you're just goosing people up. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Mike, did you ever fight Eddie?
No, but
No?
there has been times where we almost did.
Oh.
And to be honest with you, that'd be a little scary fight.
Oh yeah.
That motherfucker wants to fuck you up.
He comes
Yes,
from one
He
thing.
comes from the motherfucker's like gangster.
Yeah.
He's gangster.
Yep.
Yeah, he comes
You
from
could
one
tell.
thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. One goal of mine, and it seems like a guy that goes for that goal no matter what. So, can't wait for that. I honestly can't. We have great.
It's
seats.
probably better that it worked out this way.
We have
you
great
know,
seats.
for the
Thanks,
matchup.
thanks
Totally
to you,
agree.
too, by the way.
Yeah, I'll give you guys the best
Yeah,
seats you
at
can get
you
for a
could.
table for
Hell
sure.
Yeah.
Before we get too far into Eddie, let's go continue down the card. Eli Mefford.
Hey, Commissioner, calm
I
down.
appreciate
Hey,
you.
hey.
I
Calm down.
appreciate you.
I'm
Getting
here
us
for the
back on
content.
track,
I'm
getting
here
back
for the
on track.
content.
He has to reel us back quite a bit.
I'm here for the content. Eli Mefford, who is 0-3, but one of the fights I watched, and I watched it twice actually, and it was a full 5-round fight. He might have, or 3 rounds, sorry. He might have won that fight. It was really, really close. I mean, I don't want to. It's his fault for leaving it up to the judges' hands, right?
Yep.
I mean,
Yep. Yeah.
but it was a really close fight, and Eli has the heaviest hips I think I've seen breaking down this card. His hips are really heavy. He does a great job standing on top, and I can't help to think his opponent, Austin, watching Robinson fight last time here in North Iowa Fights, one thing that Sanson did really well was he kept Austin against the cage, took away Austin's reach advantage. Austin's really long. What is it, 6'3", 6'2"?
6'1".
6'1", okay. And that would be my main concern in this fight for Robinson is Eli keeping him against the fence, keep taking away Austin's reach, keep taking away his greatest advantage. But if it stays on the feet, I think Austin by a
Austin's got it.
landslide.
Oh, yeah.
Austin
Oh,
by
yeah.
a landslide.
So what I gotta say right there, I understand and I appreciate you staying 100% professional, like trying to like stay 50-50 here. But Austin's my guy, and Austin is going to dominate. We didn't see the other dude, we didn't get him on here, so I'm riding with Austin anyway. Regardless, that's my guy. That's what we're here for.
I mean,
but I understand what you're doing. You got it, and that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And I
on the
appreciate
flip side, though, Austin, he just beat a purple belt in LFA.
Yeah, exactly.
By submission.
Yeah, exactly.
So
By submission.
Austin knows what he's doing on the ground. That's
Yep.
not
Right.
that's not what I was getting at by any
that. No,
means. but
no. I'm not taking a shot at you. I'm the one being immature.
I know.
I'm
I love
allowed
it.
to be immature.
I love it.
That's what I do, baby.
So
you
I-
have to be professional. That's the reason why you're the voice of that. I'm the one saying Austin's going to tear some shit up.
You touch on the submission skills, right? So the other guy I think I know is a wrestler. So,
Yes.
you know, he's going to want to be careful trying to take Austin to the ground because he knows submission. So it's going to be interesting to see how he plays out. If he
And I
wants
think
to close
Miguel's
the gap.
better. the wrestler.
Miguel, yeah, for sure is better. And Austin, in his one of his amateur fights, me and him were just talking about it about 20 minutes ago. He fought like a blue belt in a local show, and the blue belt shot in him on 4 times. Austin didn't allow him to take him down once. He went 0 for 4 in takedowns.
Yeah.
So Austin's pretty good. He's legit. So this is a really intriguing matchup because of the conflicting styles that we have.
And
Yeah.
Eli, he asked for 5 more pounds. I don't know if you guys know that, but he messaged me yesterday. It was like, Mike, I got this 11-hour drive. Like, I need these 5 more pounds, bro. Like, I'm fucking dead. And Austin, he really didn't want to do it, but he did it because I told him to do it.
What a guy.
But he
Stepdad.
still don't want to. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
But he did it because Austin, and he's professional, and he's like, like, I gotta fucking make weight. Why don't he? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
it's cool. He can eat. And he's got a full-time job and all that. But I mean, I guess we're doing 150 catch weight, But
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna affect Austin. But it would have been nice to torture Eli a little bit, though.
Well,
Yeah,
here's
for
the
sure.
deal. If that dude is known for his wrestling, and that's what we're worried about, Rio being a wrestler as you were and you coach right now, how common is it for wrestlers to be like, yeah, listen, I can't make weight? Like, that's not a thing in wrestling,
Yeah,
right?
definitely weird to hear from a wrestler and a guy who knows about cutting weight. You know, especially if he's been doing it all his life, cutting weight. So to come in heavy or whatever, I get the 12-hour drive. I could get like a pound, like, hey, give me a pound or
5
something,
pounds? Jesus.
or but 5 pounds, that's a whole lot.
Like, damn.
So it'll be interesting to see how the fight plays out. There's a lot of confliction, as you talked about. Austin's got the reach. Austin's got some. That's one thing I will really give Mike right now. He has all his guys and jiu-jitsu ready. Whatever that says about, I don't know. Not trying to say anything about stand-up-wise. I know on the ground, all of Mike's guys are going to be ready. I think I actually submitted a guy who was almost purple belt when I was fighting, and I was just a white belt, and so I know Austin's definitely 100% ready to be on the ground. We talked about his submission of the purple belt in his LFA fight. So
that guy was legit. People were booing us.
Right. It'll be this will be a fun one for sure.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for Austin 100%.
You want me to tell you guys a secret?
Oh no.
Yes.
Josh Neer's going to give Austin his blue belt, especially if he wins this fight.
Oh,
Love
shit.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Heard it here first. Thank you.
I love it.
Yeah, right? So either way, I think he's going to give it to him, win or lose, but Josh is like, if he does lose, he can't go out there and get fucking killed either,
Hell yeah.
Because Josh is like super strict when it comes to that shit.
Right.
Yeah, 100%.
And you know how hard it is that we work and how hard it is to get ranked, and it's just a belt to hold up your pants, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
I mean, I want my guys to
It's
show
honor.
that they're doing good.
There's
It's
honor with that.
Yeah.
Honor's a good way to put it, yeah. Yep.
The next fight on the card is Curtis Ellis versus Paul Bergen.
Sorry, guys.
Personal.
Boys' restroom.
No, it's
Had to
okay.
go.
You
Had
didn't
to
miss
go,
much.
man.
You didn't miss much.
Okay.
Except Mike broke the news that if Austin wins, he's going to be presented his blue belt. So that's the only thing you missed.
Fuck yes. Hell yeah.
Either way, he'll get his blue belt, but if he loses, he can't get murdered.
All right. Well, Curtis Ellis versus.
You already know I'm a fan of my man.
Yeah, right.
So
Curtis Ellis versus Paul Bergen, and I didn't really know there was beef until tonight. Mike, kind of fill us in here.
Curtis and Paul fought back in the day, and it went 5 rounds of kickboxing. Paul won in split decision. Could have gone either way. Curtis came and fought here in Mason City. I know Curtis really wanted this back, especially in MMA. Now they can do elbows and knees to the head, and they got 4-ounce gloves and stuff like that. I know that Curtis was hating to cut weight too. And some of these guys, like Curtis is like, I can make 135. Bro, you're having a hard time making 145.
No
you better
shit.
fucking stay at 145 or 155, Curtis. Wake the fuck up and just stay there and just stay on your weight shit.
yeah.
So Curtis messaged Paul on Facebook Messengers like, hey, bro, 150, I'll give you $100.
Jesus.
So I'm
the
like
fuck?
this. So then other people are messaging me.
So he couldn't make the 135, so he had to pay 100 to go
145.
145.
He did make weight.
Yeah, but he did make weight
Yep.
right on the fucking money, dude.
Well, because he actually had to
Yes.
leave because he was a pound over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had to leave,
Yeah.
go sweat, and come back and got it,
Yeah.
right?
We
Yeah,
talked
and then
to
he
him
looked
about
at Paul with like a pound left, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm talking to you, man to man, nobody else. $100, pound, come on." And Paul's like, "No, I had to do it, so you have to fucking do it." He's
Hell
like,
yeah.
"All right, man to man, you're telling me to do that?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like,
Man to
"All
man.
right."
I love it.
And he goes and fucking does it. But
That's actually really funny. So Jimmer asked him that.
Yeah.
He's like, so when Mike had you guys do the face-off, he said personal.
yeah.
What was that about? And Ellis made it seem like, oh, nothing,
Yeah,
no
not a
big
big
deal.
deal.
Yeah, he
Definitely
made-
sounds like there is, though.
Yeah.
He made
Well,
it
yeah,
sound-
because of that kickboxing, he felt like he won.
He said that too, yeah.
He's told me personally he don't like Paul. Like, he felt like he could have beat him, and he just had a bad day. Dude, he don't like fucking Paul. They don't like each other. Paul don't like him. Curtis talks a lot, but Curtis is a tough dude too, and he's trained at an even better gym in Skywalker Gym 101. The coach is Dan Molina, and he trains Lionheart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So Curtis trains with Lionheart.
Hey, here's the deal. We don't want to see fighters that like each other anyway.
Yeah,
so
right?
that's the fucking way to go.
Just like I was
Exactly.
telling a couple of fighters that are weighing in, be like, hey, man, get close and personal. Just don't kiss each other.
That's right, baby. That's right.
Right,
Right.
absolutely. It's actually one of my bigger pet peeves. Like, hey, you're gonna go up and like, we're gonna sit there. You know the reason why I like watching Cormier and Jones, because they fucking legitimately hate each other. There is not something at the end where they're like, yo, bro, appreciate your whatever. No. I fucking hate you still.
Right. Hey, we just fought, but I still hate you.
I still hate you. Even if I felt like I lost, I still hate you.
And even when they do say, yeah, I respect them, it's kind of, you can tell it's being
so I
prodded out of them, right?
Like Danny said, I asked him that question. So I asked him that question, and he kind of acted nonchalant about it, and I was a little shocked.
One thing I think Mike can attest to this. I don't know if they respect him as people, but being around the game, there is just such a respect for the game, the art of the game. So when they're saying that in the interviews and all that stuff, my mind tends to feel that they're just respecting them for their efforts, part of the game. They hate him as a person. They couldn't care
if they're
less.
gonna respect the game, might as well fucking make weight.
Well,
right,
you're good point. Good
motherfucker.
point.
Right?
You're not
I've
wrong.
only missed weight one time, and it was my last fight, and I retired. But I always made weight. I cut 50 pounds. I beat Chris in 5 weeks.
You retired because you missed weight. We know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
That means
retired
I
'cause
was
you
done.
missed weight.
That was
But
dumb.
hold on. Exactly. That's technically the respect of the
And
game.
I never came back and fought again.
Exactly. That's the respect of the game. You're like, I couldn't even give it I couldn't get it to where I needed to. That's the respect in that. Plain and simple. If
It was
gonna fight-
embarrassing. It was embarrassing. bro.
Exactly.
It was bad. Afterwards, I was drinking like water and puking and crying at the same time because
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed and I was so upset.
Yeah, because it's something that you're not used to. Because
Yeah.
out of the profession of the game, that's exactly what you provided.
Yeah.
Year in, year out, you missed one, and that made you fucking sick, right?
Yep.
So that should not be a regular thing.
No. People shouldn't be fucking messaging me on Facebook, other fighters, or you know what I'm talking about. We've just talked about it. Like, just fucking do it, man.
I mean,
you
when
guys
you-
are young.
When you make
You're
the
under 30.
UFC, make the UFC nowadays, what they do, they fly you in on a Tuesday. The show's on a Saturday. They make you step on the scale the first time you get there.
Yeah.
If you are anywhere near where they are afraid you're not going to make weight in these 4 days, they're going to send you home and they're going to find a replacement.
Yep.
So these regional shows, these shows like Mike, who's the next step, I like to call Mike a AA show, baseball terms.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
For now, but
Yeah,
yes.
that's cool. I like to call
yeah.
Mike a AA show. We're there. We have a lot of great prospects, and we're going to send them. But, you got to respect it.
Well, here's the problem with AA. You're totally right. These guys are still learning, right? But they have to learn.
Exactly.
They're at that stage where some
Exactly.
of them are going to be, they're
Well,
like, fuck.
yes, and yes again. But
Yes?
he said he missed weight once.
Exactly. And he
So
ended his
even-
career.
Mike
that's
was
not-
at a different level, though.
No,
Right?
no.
Just to be fair.
I'm talking about his early career too. He said he missed weight once, and he missed at the end. So even the early on, you know what you need to do. Chris, did you ever miss weight?
One time.
Did you?
Yep,
In
one
fighting
time.
By
or in wrestling or what?
0.8 or something like that.
0.8. So
Yeah.
you're in that ballpark.
Yeah.
Or was that wrestling or was that?
No, that was fighting.
Oh,
Which one was that one?
Okay,
That
so-
was against the purple belt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, one
Yeah,
thing.
was that
we
in
don't
Des Moines?
disagree on
I
this
think,
for sure.
yeah.
But I think
I'm just saying that's what you
cut
see.
it.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I cut
yeah.
it with the hour though.
Yeah.
But I missed it on the original.
I got you. No, but I mean like,
technically made it.
but
Yeah.
technically you made
Technically
it.
I made it, but I missed it on the first.
Right,
Well,
but have
you're
you
good,
ever
yeah.
have you ever missed it for the
No.
actual? Okay,
No.
that's my point.
I mean,
That's all I was getting at.
Yeah, I
that's
get you.
that's all
Yeah.
I mean.
yeah,
sure.
yeah. I agree with you.
What's next, brother?
Ryan Fournier versus Mark Courier.
This is crazy.
This one's a good fight. And I was actually just talking to Ryan. He's lost over 100 pounds. Guy's insane. He was telling me going through his diet. He started off with keto, but I'm a big health guy. I love I learn all about it. And I'm totally against the keto diet. I think if you're gonna be active, it's the dumbest thing of all time. You're cutting out all carbs.
You have to have carbs.
Right.
Yeah,
you have
I
to
mean,
have carbs.
Yeah.
So, and
100%,
he
yep.
found that, so he's on a low carb where he's still using the carbs and stuff, but 100 pounds. And he did
It's
it all.
insane
He
impressive.
did most of it all in the pandemic. And yeah, he started at
Damn.
325 and he weighed in tonight at 222.
Good for him. Good
My
for him.
heavyweight's been eating good.
Yeah, I mean, Mark weighed in at 262.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
remember how fat, like, he was a fat slob, dude.
Yeah,
He was a greasy, fat, piggly slob.
With all due respect, sir. With all
Yeah.
due respect.
But he's been training with me for 2 or 3 months, and he can eat whatever, and he's training. Like, he lives at my house right now, and he'll be like, "Oh, Mike, I'm not mentally there to train." I'm like, "Well, you can't fucking live with me then. You're here to train. I'm investing in you.
Yeah.
I'm investing in Mark."
Yeah.
And I give respect to Ryan. Mark's had about 3 pullouts. He's had 3.
That's crazy.
And Ryan, I was like, I even messaged him on Facebook. I was like, man, too bad you can't fight heavyweight right now. He's like, what do you mean? I'll fight. I'm ready. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, it's my guy. he's like, okay, let's do it.
To my understanding, you helped out with the blood work, getting that pushed through and done.
Yep, I drove him down to Urbandale from here, and we got blood work done, and I paid for it and stuff like that because it was a last-minute fight, and Ryan says it's honestly the best he's ever felt. He's been looking for a fight,
Good.
so I think it'll be good. And Mark's, he never trained before. He watched YouTube. He's been training for 2 or 3 months, and now he's a whole different man. I gotta tell him to shut the fuck up a lot.
Did Mike? Did Ryan hold your title in amateur before?
Yeah. He beat Jordan Rose, hometown guy.
Yeah,
Hold on,
I thought
hold
so.
on. How did he win that fight, Mike?
Oh, I remember that.
I think he mounted him and punched him, and I think Jordan tapped his strike.
Yeah, he did. He did. I have that written down.
Yep.
Oh, he did. Oh, so where did Jordan get knocked? It was in one of your shows. Where
it
did
was
he get
at
dropped?
the last fairground show.
He got knocked out, right?
Uh,
The one I'm talking about, where he got knocked out.
Oh, that was kickboxing.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
Dude, that was
that's
a fucking crazy fight, right? So
Yeah.
Even the guy was basically saying he was going to lose and was like coming up to Jordan Rose was like, hey, man, I want to buy a T-shirt from you and all this shit, right? It was crazy.
Yes.
It literally sucking his dick right there. You might as well have.
Might as well just swallowed it. Right, Rio? Just swallow it, baby.
Yeah, right. What are
I
you
went
talking
to
to
high
him
school.
for?
I went to high school with Jordan's sisters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. and then the kickboxing comes out, right? And then Jordan knocks him down, and he's like, what, bitch? What? And then he fucking just crack.
And
knocked
he,
him down.
Yeah.
Pop. Yep.
They start fighting again. Jordan's fucking chin is sticking out.
Hold
He
on.
goes-
That was at the end of the one round, right? That's kind of what saved him. though,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
first
they were
one.
both knocking each other down.
Yeah.
And then that dude just went like this, ducked his head, fucking no look, cracked him.
Yep. And
And it looked like Jordan's ankle broke.
Yeah,
Like when he
yeah,
went
I
down to the
remember
ground. And everybody was like, "Oh my fucking god!" Like Jordan was.
You sold a lot of tickets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you sold like
Oh,
100
yeah.
tickets. Let's say this: it'd be minus 100 to plus 300 or something crazy, dude.
Yeah.
like
crazy.
it was insane.
That's the kind of shit that happens.
On what? On what?
Like if you're betting.
No, I know.
Where
On-
would you bet
where
on your
would you-
fights,
Where
Mike?
would you bet though?
Where should I go on my phone?
Oh, you can bet at Elite Sportsbook, all legit, all ready to go, all legal. I'm the first promoter in Iowa history to have sports betting, all in the Guinness Book of Records. And you can bet there, or you can go to Spectation Sports and see all the odds. But if you go to Elite Sportsbook, we're right next to the UFC.
Let's go.
Love
Hell
it.
yeah.
Let's go to the next one. Steven Morel versus Carlos Mota.
Real motherfucker.
And I want to say this before we even get into the actual fighters. Nobody in the Midwest, Las Vegas area, nobody in the United States other than Steven Morel would take this fight.
Yeah.
So Carlos Mota's last fight was against Charles Johnson in LFA. It was a main event. It was basically a guaranteed winner goes to the UFC. Right now, Charles Johnson has a fight lined up, UFC Fight Night here in July coming up. And Carlos Mota is here on North Iowa Fights, and I think he's one fight away. This is a legit
This could be
fight.
it, right?
Yeah.
So Carlos, I'm a huge fan of. We had him on. Every part of him, that even through his translator, there's some English he even spoke himself because he got the question I was saying, and he laid it down.
One of the questions was like, "What's your strength?" And he understood what I was saying. He's like, everything.
Yes.
He didn't even go through the translator. Everything. I'm
Everything,
like, oh fuck.
like,
All right.
You know,
Like-
hell yeah.
And they were loving.
I know what you're saying, motherfucker.
Yeah, I got you, bitch.
And they were loving every damn second of this promotion, my man.
That's great.
And like I got a picture with the man. I think
yeah.
I'm not trying to root against for anything like that. That isn't what I'm trying to do. But damn, I'm telling you, I've been very keen on this. Anytime you have a UFC or a MMA battle, of any kind, it's really hard, or you shouldn't bet against Brazilian. I'm telling you right now. And that dude, just chatting with him, that was enough for me right there. I'm not trying to talk shit about the other dude. I'm not. I'm just saying in general. Goddamn.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
think
give
it was
him
highly
credit.
impressive. He said his coach was people are dipping and dodging him too. So
Just so you guys know, because it's all good. You guys are my boys. I was offering up to $3,000 plane ticket and 3 nights hotel to fight Carlos against 13-0s that wouldn't take it.
Jeez.
Steve Merle was the last man on earth.
Wow.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was like, you got to give that guy credit for actually taking the fight because nobody else would.
Cash.
Yep.
Cash.
fuck.
Real.
And that's how you take care of your guy.
The fuck are you at?
He didn't hit me up, man.
Yeah, why didn't you hit up Rio?
right?
I told you.
You would get slept for 3K?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, hey, Chris.
Dude, I used to get hit in the face for a whole lot less.
We'll get you in
Rhymes
there in
with
July.
hero, right?
I love that.
Chris, you can fight Carlos in July.
I forgot to tell him my fight game plan back in the day was to let them hit me in the face until their arms got tired, and then through my swollen eyes, I was going to get their ass.
I love that. I mean, Steven.
Joined by the beautiful Catherine Estus, Mike's wife, and
It's Holly. It's Holly.
She's wonderful.
She was
Holly.
at the podcast.
She was a ring-car girl.
Hold on. First off, I understand that, and I remember from that, I'm bad with names. Fuck off.
Old man brain.
Old man brain.
Yeah, fuck off. Too much Jake Cockside, bro. Yeah.
Other
What
than
it is.
Steven's balls for taking this fight, Steven is he fought in the LFA.
Yeah, he did. He's a
Steven's-
purple belt.
He's good. He's
Yeah.
a legit fighter. So Moda should look to finish him, I believe, but I don't know if it's a guarantee by any means.
Nothing's a guarantee in this shit, man.
Yeah.
And this
Absolutely
is a
right.
time
One
for
punch.
Steve to redeem himself. He's been through some hardship, let's say, and I've tried to get him on before for main events, and stuff has happened where he couldn't come, and a lot of stress. But we talked, and everything's good now, and I can look in his eye that he's ready to go.
He looks confident too.
He does.
It's good.
He
Will
looks-
make for a hell of a fight, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly. So you guys were getting mass kudos from him, his coach. Your wife was getting mass kudos from them also, like all the work you guys put in, all the posters, all the unseen shit that you guys are doing. But then also like just the accommodations. They touch on that too. He touched on the accommodations, like the hotel, the whole works. He's like, this is way further than what we thought. Like up to this point, this is the best promotion we've ever seen. It's the most professional that we have seen up to this point. And the work that you guys have done is showing that right now. Like you guys need to know that. Sometimes you need to take a step back and realize, take a pat on the back right now. The work that you're seeing is like being seen. Yeah.
Next fight.
No.
Should we go to the next
Go
one?
ahead.
Co-main
Yeah,
event.
go ahead, man. Yep.
Sean McPadden versus Chris Dunn. And before we get into
Fire.
this,
Co-main
Yeah.
event, baby.
this
Yes.
is going to be the best fight of the night.
Yes.
That's my prediction. I love this matchup. Love this matchup.
I agree.
McPadden
Yeah.
really believes this is his stepping stone to the
Yes.
UFC. He believes Dana White's Contender Series is next for him.
Yes.
And I love that.
So
He was the first guy we talked to.
Yes.
He was fired up, man.
Yeah.
So every damn second of it, yes. And he was energetic. He was confident. The whole works. And it wasn't like a disrespectful type either. It was like, I believe I've done everything I needed to do. And I'm here to fuck shit up. Then we talked to the very respectful Chris Dunn.
Very.
When I say respectful, yes, he served our country, and I appreciate every second of that. But he also had a confidence about him. I agree with you. I think we're about to see. That's no take from the main event, the headliner, or anything else
Right.
that you're about to see. What
They're
I'm
both
saying,
main
though,
events.
They are.
Yeah,
They really
this
are.
One,
They really
this
are.
one right here, I am sold on 1,000%. Cannot wait. The dudes, both of them, the confidence is ridiculous, and I
And
love
Chris
every
Dunn is a slight favorite over Sean Patton. Slight favorite. Right?
One little insight that I've seen watching the film on both of these fighters, and I've seen Chris fight a lot. I mean, I work for the commission in the state of Iowa too, so I'm every weekend I feel like I'm on a show now. But Chris is very good at defensive striking. What I mean by that is the other guy's throwing combos, and he is really good at finding angles, sliding in, and watching McPadden. McPadden's going to take this to the ground. I believe so.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah, but McPadden tends to drop his hands after combos, late into the combos. So that is, watch out for that.
Capitalize on. For
Watch
Chris
out for
Dunn.
that because Chris Dunn is really smart. He knows what he's doing. I mean, anybody that trains with Josh Neer is going to know what they're doing.
Right.
But
he seems like he's very highly intelligent fighter.
Yes,
When we
so-
were chatting with him, so I assume, and I could be assuming wrong, but I am assuming that he kind of seen the same thing too, in that sense too.
yeah, well, at the same time though, Dunn's jiu-jitsu is real. It's
Yeah.
legit, and it's not a guaranteed when Lucky McPadden takes it to the ground.
But he's safe, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, he touched on that too, because he's like, I don't get enough love for that, because usually my fights don't go down there. He's
You
like,
thought Chris said that?
Yeah, Chris
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
He's like,
He said
I don't get-
underrated jiu-jitsu and wrestling game. Because I like to keep it standing just for I feel like I'm best there. So Yeah, nothing to sleep on, especially not when you're coming from Elite Edge and Josh Neer's gym. You know he'll be ready for anything, especially if it goes to the ground.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I love this matchup, though. I cannot speak highly enough of this matchup. But then we get into another matchup, the main event.
Here we go.
Eddie Larea versus Leo Kuntz. Leo Kuntz.
Hey, a match. So this right here, I gave them both massive props, right? I gave Leo that because he had his out. He was pissed about this. He was pissed about what happened with Kenku, and but he stayed committed. He stayed committed to the promotion. He stayed committed to the fight. That's what he's about, and he didn't care at that point. He's like, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. Unwritten rule of fighting. This is not how you're supposed to do it. And then kudos to Eddie.
Yeah.
He took this on short notice, right?
If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Exactly.
Kind of his
But
mentality.
he was supposed to fight
off.
a week ago, and I guess it fell through. So he's been ready, I guess.
He
said he's been ready.
His training hasn't skipped a beat. He said he is ready to go, and so that is kind of the mentality we took from it. That he doesn't have to get ready because he's ready to go at all times. So I think this is going to be another potentially great fight.
I don't know if you could have got a better fill-in.
No.
I don't.
Why not?
I don't.
I don't think I could have either.
When we sat down and talked to him, there was nothing that I wasn't impressed by.
Nothing
That
short
man.
of Conor McGregor, and it would have been.
And the cockiness. I'm being dead serious.
But yeah.
His cockiness, arrogance, everything comboed was exactly. He believes in himself, and that's
as he
exactly
should.
what you needed.
As he
Listen, listen to this resume.
Yes.
You guys know Chad Vance, right?
Yeah.
Yep. I do actually
Larea
for a
beat
different
him.
reason.
And
Larea beat him.
And what did Eddie do? He knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah, Eddie
I know
knocked
that.
him out.
He was mine.
Joe Vitapo.
his
wife
son's
knows that.
fighting these days too.
Yeah, Dakota's fighting. Joe Vitapo, UFC vet,
Yep.
beat him.
He knocked him the fuck out, too.
Knocked Vitapo out. Vitapo got his revenge later on.
Yeah.
You remember the headliner for the last show, Zach Otto? He went 3 rounds with Zach Otto.
Damn.
Okay. Shit.
So Larea is legit. There's a little thing that we talk about in MMA a lot. It's called a puncher's chance. Larea does not have a puncher's chance. He's legit. There's some guys that we, throw heavy enough but are terrible every other aspect, and we call him the puncher's chance.
Sure.
He's not that. So I feel like people might feel that way about Eddie. That's not the case with him. He's a legit, well-rounded fighter.
Yeah, I think it's the most interesting fight, not even just because it's the main event, but we're talking about experience with Leo versus Eddie. When he was sitting here talking to us,
And experience.
he was getting, and he has got
More
experience too,
experience.
right?
Yeah.
But the energy you could feel off him.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yes.
It was like a fucking, I don't know, Goku on Dragon Ball Z, right? You could feel the fucking bubble
Right.
growing and growing.
I've
He's
never-
getting so mad talking.
I've
and I'm
never
like, oh
exactly.
my God.
I never felt that because he started beating down on the on the record, the overall record. He's like, but I've never seen somebody sit back like that record literally meant shit and actually meant that. And he sat back. He's like, fuck that. I'm gonna. And he kept pointing over there too. He's pointing at
he
this
was
dude.
ready to go tonight.
He was
pointing-
pointing at
Yeah.
this dude.
He was
He's like,
hoping he would turn and look at it.
Yeah.
He kept fucking doing
Dude, it was
that.
100%
Real?
Oh
legit,
man,
bro.
yes.
Yes.
He was ready
This
to
shit's
climb
gonna
in the
get real.
cage
You-
tonight.
was.
What you brought in for a substitute on short notice like that, mass motherfucking kudos.
I'll take
to
that
both of you
over Kukuchu.
Yeah, me
fucking
too.
Yeah,
whatever.
fuck
I'm
that
taking
shit.
it.
Whatever.
All day.
Magnolia,
Baby,
vagina
fuck
bitch.
that.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. No, and they touched on that too, and that it was mass. One hell of a turnaround right there.
Yep.
I love the personality that came from that cat anyway. So
It's probably a better fight,
It may
honestly.
turn out better
Exactly.
for you all around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. For sure.
Took a lemon and made some lemonade.
Yeah, he did
Hey,
make some lemonade.
absolutely
You were right.
That's right.
You know, not a single negative thing. I'm telling you, everything that's came from every fighter's mouth, they're astonished. What has
Yeah,
been presented.
they're
for
loving the whole promotion, everything you've done, the effort that's been put in by your wife and everybody apart.
Yes.
Nothing but just, great words from everybody who's
And
been
they're
involved.
loving some Mason City Arena too, by the way.
Yeah.
I make
They
sure
are.
I keep bringing that up.
They
They're
are.
like, God damn, that's one hell of an arena. And even the guys that have been with you and fought and that have been there and kind of brought themselves up from the fairgrounds up to here. You got to, like they said, you start from somewhere, you go up to right up in here, and what is going on in there is goddamn beautiful, and they're loving every second of that.
Let's
There's
go.
guys that said they reached out to you and said, hey, all they did was corner in the last one, or they were sitting there watching, and they said I hit up Mike right away. I'm like, I need to be a part of the next show you have in that building right there.
That's dope.
Is that true?
Yes, that is true.
Okay.
They say it's better.
I'm gonna-
Drop or anything like that, but they said it's
Hey,
best promotion.
Hey,
They have
Danny, you got a microphone like
They have
a
said
foot
it's the
away?
best promotion. I can talk. We're good.
No, I meant pass it over.
Yeah,
so she
yeah.
said.
I understand what you said.
Yeah,
Hey, fight
get
each
it close,
other.
Get it close.
Before we get too
We
far away,
had fighters
I want
and
to.
corners and coaches comment and say that to Mike that it's the best promotion ever, like they've ever been. And I'm talking, these people have been to
Kathy is
higher
not biased either.
promotions. Like, I don't want to name drop, but I am LFA. They say it's beautiful, beautiful. They love it. They love it.
Hey, we're about that. We're about that
I
shit.
think you're speaking Brazilian to me,
I
baby.
know, right?
Hey, no, it's all right. We're about that shit. LFA, got to step up your game. That's cool.
All right, Dylan. Before we close out, what you got over there?
I kind of want to just give Leo's resume. All we really said is he has a lot of fights and he used to fight in the UFC.
Yes,
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah.
18 and
Give
4.
us that.
Makachev, sorry. He just headlined a pay-per-view or a fight night. He's the number 2 ranked guy in the UFC right now. Leo fought him. Lost.
And he went 2 rounds, though.
Lost.
Yeah. And that dude's a stud, so.
Sam Alvey.
Obviously.
Sam Alvey's a big name in the
Yeah,
UFC.
yep.
Yep.
Sam
Lost
Alvey,
hit
okay.
to him by TKO to get into the Ultimate Fighter. Mike, you know about getting into the Ultimate Fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just want to talk a little bit about Leo other than he's
do
just
it.
this god. He's a lion.
He also, let's go ahead. I don't know if you mentioned the name, but he also fought our guy.
Oh.
He fought Islam, baby.
That's what.
Yeah,
That's what he's
is that-
saying.
Yeah,
Makachev.
but like,
That's
but
what he's
lost
talking
in, just lost in second round.
Yeah,
That's what he's talking about.
Makachev.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
impressive.
Is there a
Highly
fucking echo
impressive.
around or something?
There could
Yeah.
be.
There is
There
an
could be.
echo.
Maybe the
Might be.
microphone wasn't working. Eat a fat
We
dick.
don't, no, Dylan. Here's the deal. We don't ever say the last name. It's Islam. So
Yeah,
Jimmer's like, I
okay.
don't know who that is. He fought
Yeah,
Islam.
That's fair.
I go by last name.
Yeah,
That's fair. That's fair.
Whatever name that we talk about in our podcast is what I go by.
Exactly.
So let's say 3 Gig Sports,
I mean,
and we'll be on the same page.
Islam's going to be in a title fight here soon.
Yes,
Oh,
he
yeah.
is.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
and they both made their UFC debuts against each other.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
did not
15?
know that.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
crazy.
But yeah,
87.
you talking about LFA, sorry. Thanks to Mike, I have a shot here. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to help potentially matchmake with LFA and things like that. So Mike is giving me that opportunity because of his connections and things like that. So he's the man. So if you need
It's
it,
appreciation night for Mike Estes.
Definitely
Yeah, for
appreciate
sure.
it. And hey, congrats to you as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
We hope that all works and goes your way there for sure.
Hell yeah.
100%, bro.
So
Appreciate that.
everybody here is jacked up for tomorrow night's
Yeah.
fights, right?
Yeah.
Everybody is here, especially talking about that main event. Jesus Christ. That's what should have happened in the first place, Mike.
Yeah.
Just so let's be real.
Why would you
Fuck
ever get
the
the
other guy?
Mongolian?
This is the match.
Why'd you
right?
ever consider the Mongolian?
Fuck Mongolia.
That's right. That's right.
Sorry if you're listening from Mongolia, but it's your boy's fault.
It's
That's
your boy's
right.
fault.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna walk over and check out the arena. Before we do, though, Mike, you got anything else to say, brother?
Just thank you guys, 3 Gig, for the 3 Gig Sports for the opportunity, and thanks for coming to weigh-ins, and thanks for being grinders and working your ass off.
Yeah, and the sponsorship with the buckets for the fighters that
Yes.
they provided, the towels,
Thank you.
the water bottles, just your
Towels.
sponsorship for the fighters is amazing. Anything, that our sponsors do is just great. It's just much appreciated from the fighters. You just see I took them into the locker rooms, and you should have seen their eyes light up when they saw what you guys got them as gifts for this fight. They are just stoked even more to put on a performance for you guys,
And like I
Hell
said,
yeah.
I've been at shows all over the state, all over the country, really. And what makes the show is the sponsorships. So
Yes.
you guys feel feel warm about that,
I will. I'm the type of guy that will stay humble, but I'll go ahead and pat myself on the back.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
See, I go right there.
That
And
freaking
I found a spot for your guys' banner. Okay,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
you
we're
did?
we're gonna put it for when they come out and they get greased up. We're gonna have it that spot right there.
Fuck
You're going to
yeah.
have to show me.
Yeah, like
I'm
when they
all-
go
we-
in, right
we
before
were
they go
talking,
into
trying
the
to figure
cage.
it out.
Right before they go in the cage, where they get greased up at,
girl.
I'm gonna tape it to the ground and it's gonna say 3 Gig Sports right there, and they're gonna
All right.
stand on it.
Well,
so
we'll
you're
see
gonna
it.
be boom.
Fuck yeah.
Let's see what you're
Hey,
about.
yeah.
Let's see it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm
Hell
talking
yeah.
about. We appreciate everything that you guys have done too. Like we thrown in stuff and everything like that, but you guys have been amazing all the way through. Like the accommodation to everything. Like, hey, making us feel like family. And when you guys are dealing with all your stuff too, my son's back there too. Future baseball star. With all due respect.
Love it. I coach baseball, junior high
Do
baseball.
you?
Yeah,
Do you?
seventh grade
Oh,
baseball.
yeah. Then I have a cat that you need to talk to. He just
we
waved
go.
at me. There you go.
There we go.
Well, I appreciate everything, guys, that you guys have done, too. And we cannot wait for the show that we're about to take on here. And can't wait for future shows either. I know we have a big one coming up later on, too.
July
Which
30th.
we're hoping to get you guys on in July, but before July, you know what I'm talking about. And then a potential another one that you know I'm a huge fan of. You
Hell
know
yeah.
that. But we'll talk about that at a later time.
Yeah, thanks for giving us your time tonight, guys. We can't wait till tomorrow night.
All right, thanks, guys.
Discussions, I've been writing, I love it. All this doubt around me, then look, I got